Oh, pardon me, I was just getting a little bit of work done here as we get ready for another edition of Home Advantage with my friend Kelly Warren. That's a joke, because I never really do that much. I may be the laziest person you know. And I'm sure you know a couple lazy people, right?
I know a few.
Do you have any that live in your house?
I do.
But this, I mean, if I had an office like this, oh, and by the way, there's another office right there. We'll talk about that in a second. If I had an office like this, I'd come up here and try to do something on the computer, I would think. Isn't this cool with the windows and everything?
Yes, and you've got a lake view. I mean, it's really a beautiful space to get your work done.
Let's start with the ceiling, because when you first walk up the steps, you're kind of looking up as you walk, and that's the first thing you notice.
Right. Yeah, statement piece. It's got the natural hardwoods. Yeah.
It's really cool. I don't think. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I've seen some in different houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
This one really stands out, though.
And then this one, like, you know how it goes. You have one office and everything kind of gets cluttered up in it. There's another one next to it, which is, I think, a great idea if you have a family and they want to work on the computer, or your wife and husband both work and they both need their separate spaces.
You know, in today's world where you've got kids doing school from home, you can have, you know, a workspace and a school space. Or if you've got a married couple who are working from home and doing a distance type job, you've both got your own offices. So
it seems like there's a lot of that right now with people. A lot of the corporate offices are just shut down and people are kind of working from their house.
Which I think is great for our area, because people can move into the area, you know, travel to the office once a month or something, but really live anywhere they want to live. And with our cost of living, great schools, things like that, it's really a plus for the Mahoning Valley.
And the Youngstown area is much cheaper than Cleveland and Akron and Pittsburgh, I would think, right?
Right. Of course, much more affordable and certainly a great place to live.
What about offices? When people come in, do they see them and think office, or do they think, oh, that's a cool area, I could put some chairs there, we can watch TV, or how does it work?
It can be, really any space in a house can be whatever you want it to be. So if you want a man cave or a movie room or a bar or whatever, it can be any of those things. If you're working from home and you're teaching kids and you want it to be an office, it certainly is that too.
Yeah, and this place has a really cool setup too. Normally we don't promote the houses as much, but I wanted it one more time to tell people, if they want to look at pictures of this, there are some really unique nuances that you wouldn't normally see in a house.
No,
right?
and it's just too much for us to tell you about in 3 minutes.
I know, but if there's one, give me one thing that you like. Just, and not even maybe as a realtor, but something when you walked in and you were just like, oh man, that is cool. I wish I would have thought of it. If I ever build a house, I'm doing that.
I think to just soak it all in, just the awe of walking in and seeing the staircase and seeing the ceiling, and to have each separate space and yet have everything wide open. I love the floor plan.
And you know, it's so quiet here. The family is in the family room, right?
Yes.
And we can't hear the TV going and all that stuff, and they're probably using their phones and things like that too. Really cool place. All right, if people want to see it, give them the website if they want to look at the pictures.
Online at kellysoldit.com.
Okay, and then if you want to give them a call, even if it's during the holidays or in January, they're ready to go.
We're working, 330-717-2689.
The month of January into February, normally people aren't thinking about going out and looking at houses, but should they?
Historically, it is slower, but this year we're not anticipating any kind of slowdown. The market's good, interest rates are good, the buyers are buying.
Yeah, and one last question before we go. If you're nervous about COVID and you just kind of want to do it virtually, or you want to stay spaced away, do you make an appointment, or how does that work?
We do FaceTime walkthroughs, we can do Zoom conferences, we can show you the 3D walkthrough tours, so you don't have to enter the home until you're truly serious about it, and we can wear masks and social distance and everything else.
There you go, kellysoldit.com, and that is another edition of one of my favorite segments. It's called Home Advantage.